everybody, and welcome to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game and Nintendo crazy news that you need to know about, so we're here to do it for you. And remember, guys, that this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Hello, can you hear? That freaked me out. I'm one of your. I can't transition. He's gone. No. One of your hosts, Baba Plays, was formerly alongside Court. Hello, Court. From beyond. Where's Court? Where are you? That was great. And then Pez. We don't know what happened. This is So, his power just went out. What is with my co-hosts and their power? All right, I'll vamp. So I if you guys want to know, I just asked, is everything good? Is that a good question to ask someone who just lost their power? Please let me know in the comments below. because I'm not good at these things. Well, we do it live. Okay, well. Oh, he's gone. Sorry, dude. Audio listeners are right now in shambles. So for those not listening, Court is back after his power went out, but he was just in his chair. So not only did it look like he had departed, it looked like he had been raptured. Welcome back.
Dude, that was the weirdest thing. Like literally the show's about to start, the power was just like boom.
Oh my god.
Well, there's an ice storm going on right now.
For someone who just lost power, is asking someone a good question to ask?
Why I don't know.
Is that okay?
Don't worry.
Let us know
no
in the
one heard
comments
any of that because my microphone was muted, so it's all good.
It's just me talking to me.
It's just you talking to nobody, dude. Just you laughing and
gosh.
talking to nobody. So
what am I streaming on Twitch.tv/probably?
I'll cut that out of the audio podcast. But hey everyone, welcome to the
okay. Do you want to start? Oh,
okay, just start over. Who cares?
All right.
Start over.
Hey, this is why you sub to us on YouTube. Hold on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Three Dads on a Console, the sequel. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news and Nintendo news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. And remember, this show is kid-friendly.
True.
Guys.
Yes.
So no earmuffs are needed.
No.
Now on with the show. I'm one of your hosts, Wobble Plays, alongside the raptured Court.
Wow, it's like my screens look terrible, but whatever, it's working.
No, good. That's just my face.
No, I yeah. I don't even know either.
Sure.
Why true?
Why true?
And we're also here with the Green Goblin, Pez.
I used to be something of a Nintendo player myself.
Sorry. The Willem Dafoe reference is just 2 levels deep. It's so So for those of you just joining us on the audio, the video listeners know what kind of a show it's been. Court is in the middle of an ice storm, the Iceman, and he just his power dropped out, and I'm trying to pick
fine
up,
now.
I'm emotionally trying to pick up the pieces of
R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer, not Kilmer.
That's right. What's your favorite Val Kilmer film?
Ooh, that's a tough one because there's Top Gun and there's also Tombstone.
Heat.
There's also Heat.
Willow.
Definitely not Batman Forever. Definitely not.
No. Willow. Willow is very good.
He's in the Doors. I have that on Laserdisc right now.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
might have to
Jesus.
go with Tombstone.
I'm gonna what? I'm gonna agree with. I'm gonna pick Heat and then Tombstone number 2 and Top Gun number 3.
He's in a lot of good stuff. I know one of my wife's favorite movies is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang because she watched
That's
Iron
all
Man 1.
right.
She was
That
a
was
Downey fan.
the one. Yeah, that was the one he did as soon as he got out of jail.
Oh, Kill the Irishman is really good with Titus Pullo, another R.I.P. Rafe Stevenson.
Very good actor. Very good actor.
He was.
Rip, dude. 65 years old. Throat cancer. What a shame.
Well, he actually it was I think pneumonia.
Or he
That
had
got
throat
him.
cancer, right?
Yeah.
But that. Oh, I thought that's what did him.
No. He's also in Planes. That's wild that movie exists.
I mean, who doesn't love a good anamorphic plane? You know what I mean?
Just like cars, planes, trains.
Some guy, like, they make cars, and then some guy was like, let's do that, but with airplanes.
See
And
that?
they were like, yeah, brilliant. Give this guy a movie contract.
And put Val Kilmer in it.
And call up Batman and put him in.
Oh, so
Love to see
he's in a lot. That was a good side topic. So
You know what he's not in? No, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Nintendo Switch Direct.
I was gonna say let's switch it up to move to the next topic.
Okay, all right.
Pez is actually going to lead this episode. This is what one may call a Pezisode,
Yeah.
trademarked. You can't use that legally.
Yeah, you can't. Please don't turn it off. But I will do my best. All right, so today Nintendo gave us a 60-minute direct to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 coming to you on June 5th, 2025.
Right.
So
June.
let's start with the console itself. So they actually, let's just go right through the whole thing. They open with Mario Kart World, a brand new Mario Kart game that has new characters. There's Paulina, Charging Chuck, Hammer Brothers, Nabbit, a few others. New
What is Nabbit?
power-ups. Nabbit is a character from the Super Mario Brothers like Deluxe U game. It's basically for like kids that stink at the game. It's like one of those characters where for like the little kids that can't die.
Baby brother. Okay.
Yeah. New power-ups, new costumes, atmosphere changes based on time and weather conditions. Big thing, 24 drivers now in a race instead of 12. Seemingly no stage loading. They said you can drive from one stage to the other. There's a free
it's open
roam
world?
mode.
So it's open world, sort
Yes.
of?
It is a complete open world. So there is a free roam mode that allows you to drive throughout the entire map with no restrictions. And you can also do this online with friends. So like if the three of us wanted to
Ooh.
just drive around Yoshi Plains, like we could do that with no problem.
So, question
Yes.
from the press poll, because I know you're going to go through a whole bunch of things, so I want to focus on Mario Kart
Yeah,
World
let's do it.
for a second. One, we'll get into the multiplayer stuff and my issues with all that in a moment. But I will talk about this game has achievements, by the way.
It does?
It does.
Oh man.
Yeah, so Nintendo Switch 2 will have achievements for games. But anyways, because when in some of the screenshots you can see them popping, and then there was someone shows there's like a thing, and I saw it. There's achievements. But anyways, is it just like, is there like other things you can do in the world? Or I'm so confused. If it's just open world, is there anything to do when you're not in the race? Or is it just you can just drive to the race?
You can just drive. So in the open world, Waba is in our Waba is in our Google Doc just writing jokes, dude. It's horrible.
I'm not in it. I'm not paying attention.
Smart. So
No, it's just
from what I
important notes.
gather, it isn't an open world per se where there's like other things to do. It is open world in the fact that you don't have to stick to the racetrack. So you could drive like in the race. Let's say we're just doing a regular 50cc race. Instead of just following the racetrack, you can go make your own path, shortcuts, whatever. That's what they mean by open world. There are no restrictions, no borders. You can go wherever.
I like that. Two reasons. One, speed running, like optimization strat finding. Also, two, if you have a younger one that just trying to figure it out, It's gonna be good for them to just play around.
And then the free roam kind of works the same way. Only with that one, like if you're in free roam, there is no race. It's just driving around to explore the maps. And there will be to answer some of the questions we don't know, there is a Mario Kart World Direct on April 17th. Here is the problem with this game. Right away. Digitally, and we'll talk price a lot. Digitally, $80 US. Physically, they're saying $90 US. So before we go into all the price talks, put that in the back because we're going to be talking price a lot. So they transition away from Mario Kart World, and they mentioned the new Joy-Con controllers. There is a new C button. The C button, I hate how Nintendo just labels buttons randomly, like your ZR and your ZL and your GR and your GL and your SR and SL and C. And anyway, there's a new C button on there that pulls up the Nintendo Game Chat. The Nintendo Game Chat is basically Discord on Switch. And I understand why Nintendo wouldn't want to implement Discord on Switch, because Discord should not be a place for children, like at all. Like people like us are on it. Like
I know, yeah. You should get a giant camera that can hook up to your console and sit it in your living room that your kids can use so they can have their face on the screen while they're playing video games.
Horrible. But you know what?
It's the worst. It's the worst.
I think I would rather, knowing like who my kids are playing with, because anyway, this Game Chat is only basically it's a party system for like you and your friends. It's Nintendo's own party chat implemented into the system. Voice chat.
Isn't it in the app? Is it not in the app anymore?
I don't know, but it's on the system.
Achievements are only in the app.
Gotcha. Stupid.
So that's the way it works. Is like you'll get them in the game, but they're in the app.
Stupid.
And they're only for Nintendo first party games.
That makes more sense, but I don't like it. Voice is recognized by a microphone that's on the Switch. Unknown if you can transfer that to headphones. This microphone in the Switch has noise cancellation, works in handheld
3D audio
as well as docked, allows for game screen sharing, much like in Discord. So if you're playing something, you can share your screen with a friend. It looked like, and I couldn't tell if this is actually how it's going to run or if it was just the trailer, but the screen sharing was choppy. It looked like it was probably like 20 frames per second. You know what I mean? Like it didn't.
Yeah, it looked a little weird when they have like the one person was playing up at the top, and then you saw the different screens of the one. Yeah. And there was one that almost looked like you couldn't even tell what was on the screen.
Yeah, it was not fluid at all. And I couldn't tell if it was the stream, because the stream, for me at least, was kind of off. Like the voices were off like 10 to 15 seconds. So I couldn't tell. And it works while playing different games. So I could be playing Mario Kart, Court's playing Super Mario World, and Wava's playing Hitsanu Miku Bop City, and we can all share we don't have to be in one game sharing.
Question. Yes. Why would you want to be playing on a huge television and have your friends' games at the bottom so you can see what they're playing? Wouldn't I just want to play my game because I can't watch them while I play my game? Do I have that much ADD that I'm like, I need to watch 15 different games we played at the same time with no volume?
There's a reason Ritalin exists. You know what I mean?
Subway Surfers. It's Subway Surfer syndrome, where you only watch videos if it's. So a lot of people on TikTok, in order to get people to watch their video, put the video at the top and then just Subway Surfers at the bottom, because in lulls in the conversation, people can't understand dramatic pauses, so they need something to constantly stimulate their brain.
My God.
So they want their eyes drift to the Subway Surfers, and what next thing you know, you're watching the whole Subway Surfers thing, and you're getting that whole content and helping with their monetization. It's literally their websites where you can transfer your study guide to Subway Surfers, and it'll narrate it to you, so you can start. It's such Zoomer brain rot. Wow. It's crazy.
Dude, brain rot is super real. I mean, I think about it as like a Discord. Like if you're in a Discord call with like 10 people, and people are sharing their games, like I'll watch them to see what they're playing, while I play something on my monitor. Maybe I also have Zoomer brain rot. Unknown.
Well, it's like Twitch too. Twitch on the second screen. It's just nice to,
But if
Nice
it's
second
not
screen stuff.
fluid, like why would I want to play Mario Kart against Court but watch Court in 20 frames per second play the same race that I'm in with him?
Well, I saw them say like Animal Crossing might be a good one where it's like, oh, you're both on the same island or showing each other's island. I imagine it might be good for something like Minecraft. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of utility for this though.
No.
Pez,
Yes.
Waba would like this.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's
As long as-
Discord on the Switch. Like if you are integrated in a Discord community, like you'll understand. Like people will immediately understand how this works
It's
because
gonna be great
they
for
literally pulled it out of Discord and was just like, we're gonna do this without having all the horrible people, in communities that you can't monitor.
stream Bruins games on it to your friends on Switch.
So
Yeah.
so do you know what's interesting? I tried to stream a hockey game to Pez from Canada, and remember
Couldn't
it
see it.
blocked it out.
No, I
Pez couldn't see it.
That's crazy.
Discord's getting better at that because I used to sit in Discords on Sundays, even if I wasn't like at my desk, and just play Red Zone for people. Like NFL Red Zone, and just like people would hop in and watch it and I wouldn't even be home.
Because so what I learned is I would need to have a capture
Piracy,
card
baby.
to be able to capture it and then have it so Pez would see it behind
Mhm.
so that he could see it. Because if I try, Rogers Sportsnet blocks it.
Rogers, damn you.
Batman.
I can't even record screen with OBS.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the OBS has blocked that because I used to try to do the same thing. Like that was like my workaround once Discord blocked it. And I was like, oh, I could do OBS and do like a full preview, full window preview and share the preview. No, can't do that. They mentioned game share. And
Which is very cool. So I watched the part about the game share. So you can have family share. Up to two people can be playing the same game in your
Yes.
household.
Mhm.
So if you're having a family account, which is up to 6 people in a family account, you can share. A game can be played by 2 people at the same time on any of your games. So any part of your catalog, only 2 people. You can only have 2 people playing at the same time. So if you have 6 people in your family account, unfortunately, 3 people can't be playing the same game. So like say you have a family of 2, it's going to be fine, right? So like if you only have 2 kids, you only have to buy 1 game at all times. But you can also lend those games out for your friends to play on it for a 7-day period. That's all they get. They get
Right.
7 days with the game and then you get it back. Which, to be totally honest, the most consumer friendly thing I've ever heard of, and very smart from Nintendo of like you can lend the game and then the person can't finish and they're like, well, I guess I'm going to buy the darn thing.
Right.
But it also for families, it's huge because Switch is portable and it makes more sense now that, little Timmy upstairs and little Tommy downstairs could be playing the exact same game on 2 different Switches.
Mhm.
Mm.
So what Nintendo gets out of this, and the reason why they're doing it, is because they sell 2 consoles.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Fair.
Everybody's like, this is so consumer friendly.
I mean,
They're still selling 2 consoles.
so
Yeah.
you can there are games that you can share locally. Some of them they showed Super Mario Party Jamboree, Super Mario World 3D, and Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, so the
Captain
multiplayer
Toad,
ones you can just play with each other in the same room.
and then some you can share online via game chat,
Yes.
and have people join.
My-
So I mean, pretty cool thing.
But why don't you explain the game cards, Pez? Because I think those of all those is your favorite part.
Yeah. So last week, hold on, you can hear me typing because I wasn't ready for this question yet. So last week during the originals, they had an original Switch direct, and so now they are introducing a thing called virtual game cards. So virtual game cards, any of your virtual games now are considered virtual game cards. If you have anyone in your Nintendo family account, you can load your virtual game onto their Switch and they can play it. So like if the 3 of us are in a thing and I have Legend of Zelda, whatever, Breath of the Wild, and Court wants to play it, I can basically just give it to him to play. And it is super interesting. I'm gonna read it directly from Nintendo.
But the game card itself that has to be in the console isn't that interesting. The
The virtual-
proprietary cartridge that needs to be in your
The
console.
virtual game card feature for Switch and Switch 2 adds some flexibility of physical game cards to your digital game library. If you have two systems, you can digitally eject and load games from one system to another. And you can even lend games to excuse me, to members of your Nintendo account family group. If you have two different systems linked to the same Nintendo account, you can choose which system to play it on, just like a physical game card. Simply eject the virtual game card from one system and load it into another. So basically, it is a virtual way of sharing digital games. So, in much like physical games, if I give Wob a Pikmin 4, like I then can't play it.
Who actually buys Pikmin?
I don't know, dude. Nerds. I don't buy Pikmin. Bunch of nerds.
I used to.
You can also lend out virtual
Stressed me
game
out too much.
cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Just connect to your family group member system via local wireless. You can lend one game per account for 14 days.
Yes, but you can also this is my favorite part. You can download it onto a cartridge that has nothing on it. They're proprietary cartridges sold by Nintendo. Shocker, I know. And lend it to somebody, and then that person can only use it for a certain amount of days. The game is fully downloaded onto the cartridge, but that cartridge is only good for, it has like an expiry date on it.
Yeah, after the game is returned, the borrower.
And I'm talking about a physical cartridge here,
Yes.
not just a virtual one.
Mm-hmm. After the game is returned, the person who borrowed it still has their save data, so they'll be able to start where they left off. So, like after 14 days, if Wob doesn't have access to Pikmin 4, and I lend it back to him for another 2 weeks,
Can we just pick a different game, please? It's bothering
Sorry.
me.
Splatoon 3. He can.
He said a better game.
You just keep picking bad games.
Yeah, so like if I loan Pez Cooking Mama.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. If I get
Overcooked.
Cookie Mama for 14 days and I can't beat it, and I go, wow, but you know what? I'm stuck on the lasagna one, and he lends it back to me, and then my save data stays on my machine, so then I can hop right back into the lasagna and make Garfield super happy.
I'm like I understand what you guys are saying, and I've read about this part. I legitimately still don't. Why does Nintendo have to make things weird and complicated?
Because it's a
by
way.
giving these these are such cartoony, like, oh, this message is gonna self-destruct in 2 weeks.
I think it's a way for them to make the Nintendo family account more appealing to people. Because knowing that, like, again, if the three of us buy different games, we can just, again, if I'm playing Monster Hunter Rise and I'm done with it, and you're like, oh, I've always wanted to try that out, I go, here you go, it's 14 days. Play it, and if you like it, I'll just keep sending it to you.
But why couldn't you just give the actual thing? Oh, because it's digital.
Because it's digital. Yeah. So it's basically a way to lend out your digital games, like a physical game.
And you can do that to people outside of your family account.
It can only be people in your account. Your family account.
Yeah.
What are libraries
family
going to
account.
do?
Well, hold on.
Just
But
give
Paz,
physical games.
that is also when you change the physical. The physical one will allow you to exchange it to somebody else, but you have to add them. You'll get like a space. I think this is what I read this properly. You'll have a space in your like sharing account, because that's your family account, where you can actually share that physical game with the person. But again, they only have 14 days with that game, and then it no longer works for them. But they have to be added to your family share plan or whatever, and then you can take them off, but you have to add them to let them borrow the game.
Yeah.
The physical one.
I think that this is done for parents.
Friends. Yes, 100%.
Like if you're playing Animal Crossing and your daughter's like, I want to play Animal Crossing, and you don't want to spend $70 on Animal Crossing, and you know that she'll play it for 3 days and never pick it back up again. You go, all right, here you go, honey. You load it in and you let her have her fun, and then off to the next one. That's why I think that they did it. I don't necessarily think that they did it for like a friend group, although I'm sure a lot of people will do that, but I think it's more parent.
I can't wait for like
oriented.
the meta of the people that can figure out how you can only buy one game and everybody can play it for a certain amount of days, and then they'll have it. I was like, oh my god, that's a thing that's going to happen.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, let's all split on a game because they're going to be $80 USD plus 46%. Whoa, what's the math there, Waba? How much is a game in the United States now?
It's like 36, so it'd be 80,
120.
120.
$120 for Nintendo Switch games in the United States.
You love to see it,
Plus-
truly.
Plus
Speaking
tax.
of the Switch itself,
Then you get another 8%, so it'd be 116, 124, 126 or something.
For a video
look at
game.
this, man. Rain Man.
I mean, I'm estimating. I just say estimates with a lot of confidence, but I'm in the ballpark.
Okay, keep
Nintendo
going.
The Switch 2 system itself, bigger built-in screen at 8 inches, 180p screen.
1080p.
Sorry, how does the
1080p,
screen measure up against the Steam Deck?
Same.
The Steam
It's
Deck,
the same.
Is
The
it?
same screen.
I thought the screen was smaller.
So there was
Um,
the screen is smaller on the Steam Deck, but the resolution is the same. But because I watched the whole comparison video on Game Ranks,
Nice.
and people that complained about it, the guy in Game Ranks was just like, yet people have zero issue on the Steam Deck. Pez loves the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
He can play PC games that, yes, they'll look amazing on your PC, but now you're going to be able to play Elden Ring, all these other games on your Nintendo Switch. I think the Switch 2 will do very well because it can be the new handheld.
Mhm.
And then it's 4K docked, but everybody's like, the only thing that I'm worried about with regards to the Switch 2 is them loading screens.
Yep. Where was I? 1080p screen allows up to 120 frames per second. LCD screen allows for HDR. When you compare it to the 256 gig LCD Steam Deck, the Steam Deck is 720, and its highest refresh rate is 60 frames per second. And even like the 1 terabyte OLED, its refresh rate is 90 FPS. So the Switch has better visual fidelity and more frames in handheld mode. Joy-Con 2 connects magnetically. The SL and SR buttons, when you hold it horizontally, are bigger, larger control sticks. You can use the Joy-Cons as a mouse, which I think is pretty neat. Especially for, they show games like golf and mini golf and how you can turn it and
Civ.
use it that way. Larger stand allows for a freer range of motion, multiple USB ports instead of just the one at the bottom. There's now also one at the top, which is really smart because now you can actually charge from the top. Before, if you were playing tabletop, like I had to buy a 3D printed thing so it would sit up so I could charge it from the bottom. 256 gigabytes of internal storage, whereas the original Switch was 32 gigabytes. And like Court said, new dock supports 4K and HDR. Dock will upscale to 4K if the TV allows it.
Is memory cards proprietary, or can I use just a micro SD?
So this is what I didn't understand because they did talk about micro SD cards. So they only said micro SD express cards, and they said regular micro SD cards will not be compatible. And I need more information on this because they only showed, well, here's the thing. They only showed the Nintendo branded ones.
I saw.
So
that's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah. So if you just buy a regular Samsung Evo card, like what will that work? I don't know yet. I didn't have time to really dive into that. Probably not.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like we're talking about all these things Nintendo's doing, but I feel like they're becoming out. Like I'm an Apple person. I'm sucked in. There's nothing I can do. I am in the ecosystem. I can't get out. Like I've talked to you guys about this before. But there's nothing I can do now. I have Apple TV. I have Apple Watch. I'm in it to win it. There's nothing else I can do. The Switch 2,
an orchard of a man.
The Switch 2 feels like if you get it, you have to get you have to get everything Nintendo. There's nothing else you can do. I know people are saying that sharing of games is very consumer, but I just had a light bulb moment here. It's to suck you in.
Mm-hmm.
It's to get you in the ecosystem so you don't leave. It is not being consumer friendly. It's being the total opposite.
Well,
it's smart.
No other handheld has had prior.
The Nintendo Switch 2 is a crack dealer sitting on the corner of a street in West Baltimore, and everybody's trying to meet up with the crack dealer and buy
And
some
then
crack.
it's a wire situation all over again.
Yeah.
So there are like SanDisk
It's
micro
the,
SD
the
Express
Switch
cards.
2 is Omar, man. I'm telling you
Omar.
right now.
Oh, sweet Omar.
Do the
No-
whistle.
no
I
one-
can't do it.
No one understood you. So there are micro SD Express cards. So my guess is your normal ones won't work.
They would have said it. I feel like I think they're
No,
waiting till the
no,
next
they
thing.
would. No, they wouldn't have.
Why would they? Oh,
Pe-
welcome to
Pez
the
is-
Switch
Pez
2.
is-
It's gonna cost $1 million, and also your SD cards that you've had just laying around won't work.
The best is when they.
No, I
talk
think they would
about
have
the-
said it if it did work. The fact that they omitted
yes.
it, I feel
They
like
Yes,
definitely
means-
yes,
would've.
yes. And I think the fact that they only showed the Nintendo version of the micro SD card, the Express
Of
card,
course.
is the reason why it's Nintendo only. Just like nothing, like all the different peripherals don't come in the box, because if they put it in the box, they would be like, well, this is $9.99
Mhm.
MSRP,
Right.
and then everybody would be like, this is the Xbox One again.
Hmm.
Might as well just say TV.
TV. We love our TV. Game cards, same shape as the Switch One cards, red instead of black. Micro SD Express cards, and then I have regular micro SD cards will not be compatible? ? But I wrote need more information on this, but I think it's pretty obvious that it's not going to work. You're going to have to go buy new SD cards, and then obviously system transfer available.
Is
last
it
thing-
USB-C?
Hmm?
Is it USB-C?
It
Is
is.
it got a
There-
USB? Okay.
Yeah, there are two
And
USB-C ports.
Is there Bluetooth?
They didn't say. My guess is
Huh?
yes, because there's Bluetooth in this
don't.
Switch. I mean, there's
No.
Bluetooth on the original. They patched it in, so my guess would be it's in
Okay,
this, but
alright.
they didn't say. And lastly, the Pro Controller has a C button. One thing I did like has a GL and GR button that you can assign.
Okay.
Ooh.
Big fan.
The
of that.
Pro Controller from the Switch, which is one of my favorite controllers.
Yeah.
Because it feels very good. It's very light, and I feel it's the most form-fitting controller on the market. I think it's way better for your hands, and you get less hand cramps.
Yeah.
Does it work on the Switch too?
They didn't say. My guess is probably not,
No.
but they didn't say. And an audio jack is added to the controller. So that
You
is-
mean the Joy-Cons, the little the mice?
yeah, so the Joy-Cons, yeah, they can be used as mice.
I
Such a
know. I saw
Nintendo-
the
such a
list.
random Nintendo thing to do. By the way,
It's so like someone brought up. I saw a video where saying GameRanks one. They're like potentially the Switch 2 could be the best console for as first-person shooters
That's
because you can use
crazy.
a mouse.
That's so weird to think about.
okay, unconfirmed, but what I'm reading on the Nintendo Switch subreddit, Nintendo Switch 1 controllers will work on Switch 2. Though your Joy-Cons, will need to be charged elsewhere, obviously, because there's a different latching mechanism and they can't
Yes. That makes sense.
connect. So yeah, so it seems the Pro Controller 1 will work. So
I really like that
I
controller.
do too. So as we said, launching June 5th, 2025. Console, before we go into games, console is $449 US until, and Court will discuss this in a minute. And then there is a bundle with Mario Kart World. It is $499 US.
Dude, I love the $10 off. That's the best. The bundle is $10. Now, can I also mention that they have a game that is My Nintendo World or whatever it's called, that is like a built-in game, but it ain't free.
No, nothing Nintendo does is free, dude. Nothing. So it's like
So-
a $30 like Astro's Playroom thing.
And
Stupid.
Astro's Playroom, as you know from PlayStation, people who have a PS5, is one of the best built-in free games,
Correct.
probably since Super Mario World, I would say.
Yes.
I would say it's probably the best
Blast.
box-in game since Super Mario World. I think that's safe to say. Astro's Player, it's phenomenal. But I find it very interesting that they're like, here, try out all the different things about the Switch. That game that should definitely be free because we all just watched the video on it.
Yep.
Is not. But I wanted to add in a caveat to all our US listeners. And I as a Canadian, I very rarely get to gloat on something. So I just wanted to drop some truth bombs on everybody in the United States. Here's a 46% tax that you haven't added to this MSRP that is now officially being added to it because Nintendo had to release a statement after they did their whole direct to let everybody know in the United States. They originally moved their manufacturing from Japan to Vietnam, hoping to get off the 10% tariff at the time. At the time, because there is a 10% tariff from anything that's made in Japan, plus the 25% that got added today. So there's a 35% tariff. And you know what? I'm going to call it what it is. Tax. They're not tariffs, they're taxes.
Correct.
And the only person that's going to pay that tax is the American public. Not China, not Japan, not Vietnam, not Canada. It will be everybody in the United States. So the Nintendo Switch 2 MSRP, you need to add 46% tax to it.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy.
And the
You've been
games,
playing
46%.
Oh, God.
You could buy with the peripheral, say you buy that camera that no one needs, and all the extras that come with this thing and a Pro Controller, you're looking at over $1,000 USD.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's
Just to
crazy.
play Mario.
And you know what? Here's the thing.
You
This is
can't even
gonna
play
be all-
Mario.
This is going to be all games going forward. Like it's a wrap. dude.
Anything in
It's
the
a wrap.
video game, everything in the video game world right now for Americans, not for anybody else in the world, only for American. I want to make this clear. You almost doubled your cost of all of it. So like GTA is going to be extreme, because guess what? The video games, they ain't made in the United States.
Nope. Even like NHL is made up in Canada.
Yes.
Like it's made up in Vancouver, dude. So that's gonna now be a whatever, $90
20
game or whatever.
25% tariff. Well, where it depends on where it's manufactured.
Mm.
Does that impact digital sales too?
I mean, no, but
Well-
they're not gonna keep their digitals. Like they're not gonna say, okay, digital's gonna be 60, but your physical's gonna be 100.
Just like when we remember, if you remember back in the day when the PSN first and Xbox, they first started selling digital, it was $10 cheaper to buy digital. Is it $10 anymore cheaper?
Mm.
I think was it PlayStation 3 when they were like, we're no longer doing that, just to equal it out. And
That
we'll
wouldn't
give you.
surprise me if Sony was made
Well,
that
you
call.
remember Sony said at the time, well, we're giving you the PlayStation Network for free, opposite of what Xbox is doing. Remember?
Yep.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that.
And then it went down
they
for
were free.
600 days.
Well, it just went down again. They just gave me 5 days for free, right?
They
It
sure
went
did.
down today. I
Thanks.
didn't even know it was down today. I had no
Which
clue.
is weird because I was on it last night playing college football. I had no idea it was down today.
Yeah, I had no clue it was down today.
No idea.
I haven't played video game. I finished Assassin's Creed Shadows. Love the
No
game.
idea.
And as I promised to Pez, I can't play MLB The Show, even though it's fantastic. It's the best MLB The Show. I don't need carpal tunnel syndrome, so I can't play that game. I need to just have a year off. So hopefully the game is good next year. But I have other things to do. My daughter's in hockey, but I am just baffled by the decisions that were made today. And we won't get into who made the decisions, but the cost of everything that we talk about on this show on is just gone through the roof, but only for one country, which is more crazy than anything else.
Yep.
It's crazy to me.
So gentlemen, before we get into the games, thoughts on the system itself. Not if you will buy it, but your thoughts on it. Actually, tell me, would you buy it also?
So originally, when I showed everything to my daughter today and to my wife, they saw Mario Kart World and they were like, that's their favorite game. So my wife and my daughter play Mario Kart probably 3 to 4 times a week together.
Nice.
We've even moved the Switch to the family room television. It's the only console that's hooked up in the family room. I don't have it hooked up because of the wires. I just have to plug it in every time because I don't want to see the wire because it'll drive me insane. But it's the family console. We play Mario Party. We play a lot of Switch. Originally, I said yes. And then before I got MSRP. And then MSRP came out, and for Canada, it's $6.99.
It's a lot.
So it's a lot of money for a console that I don't think, unless I can sell the Switch. So then if I sell the Switch, say I get $300 for the Switch. So then it's not even paying for half the thing. So I'm still forking out $400 for this darn thing to play Mario Kart World. And after Pez just described it to me, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I just play Mario Kart?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, personally, I like a 2D Zelda there's no TD Zelda. I already have that. I have Link's Awakening, and I love that game.
Yep.
Then I like a good Mario. Well, I'm not getting that. I'm getting Metroid Prime 4, which I didn't ask for and I don't care for. That's just not me. That's just not a game for me. So for me right now, there's nothing that I think I'll have to like buy it so that my daughter can play it, because all the games are going to be available on the Switch for the foreseeable future. And I'm fine with the Switch screen and I'm fine with everything.
Mhm.
And for the other games like we'll talk about that now everything is available on the Switch too, I'll just play that on my PS5. Like,
Right.
are we kidding me?
Right.
I'm
Mhm.
also, for after watching this and they showed the new MSRP on all the games, I'm gonna put money on it right now. The new GTA is gonna be like $130 plus tax.
Craziness. Absolutely. I mean, there was already rumors it's gonna be $100, dude.
No, I think it's gonna be more than that.
Rockstar's gonna be like 120, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, easy. Well, the rock their games are made in China, so
Yeah. Even before China sends them over. Even before China tariffs.
So I don't know. I'm a no right now. I don't think it's needed. I don't have the FOMO from it. There's nothing proprietary. I don't need a bigger screen. I think I would buy a Steam Deck right now personally for myself before I would buy this.
Waba.
And I am seriously thinking about getting a Steam Deck.
Yeah, Steam Deck's great. I was sentence that I thought I'd never say. I wouldn't get it. I have the Steam Deck. I play more older games than I do newer ones. Big shocker. I have my PS3 set up or PS4 set up for after Team of the Season for NHL. I'm going to be playing Blitz League 2.
Why don't you play Hit the Ice?
I mean, I can buy. I literally have that set up, but I have my old games because I'm living in the past. But game wise,
as we do.
as
I
one
live in
does.
the past all the time.
But the Switch, I don't really play the Switch. The Switch is my wife's, and like she loves Animal Crossing, so she got into the Switch when Animal Crossing came out because during COVID, I was like, "Hey, try this game." It'll like because stressful time with new child, and everything shut down, and it did. So she liked it. She streamed it for a bit. And now
I remember when she used to stream. I used to
remember
hop in
those days.
that.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
So now she still likes Animal Crossing, but now they came out with the phone game that her and my daughter play. They have their own
Horizons.
campsite. Is that what it's called?
No,
should get that for
it's
my
like,
daughter.
Pocket Camp.
That's what it is. It's
Pocket-
really
Is
cool.
it-
It's all free.
Is it on iPad?
It should be because it's just an app.
I'm gonna download it for it. I think my daughter would love that game.
It's
Animal
really
Crossing
cool.
Pocket Camp. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they play. They get to meet the characters. My wife and my daughter play. My daughter gives them like the candies. My wife helps like read the stuff, and it's really cool. So I think when an Animal Crossing game inevitably comes out, that's maybe when I would consider it. Not for me, but because it's probably something my wife would really enjoy, and I don't. Yeah, again, I don't have an interest in Nintendo anymore. Even with some of the announcements they talked about, the GameCube one sounds like a WABA announcement.
Yeah, but
It's
can't we?
not-
Why can't we play the GameCube on the Nintendo Switch?
I can play them on my Steam Deck because
Well,
I do own the actual game, so it's okay. Like I own the actual
You don't
copies.
have to justify it. I would pirate the living daylight.
No, I own all of them, but
I'm telling you right now, I would be sailing the high seas playing video games on my Steam Deck.
Captain.
Exactly. I would be talking to Pez and learning how to sail the high seas so quickly. But why can't I play those games on the Switch though? Are you telling me that part of the store is only available on the Nintendo Switch too?
oh, that I have no idea.
Unknown.
I don't see how it is.
See, it says how they worded it was GameCube games coming to Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack. Launches on January 5th, 2025. It doesn't say they never said exclusive to
January? You mean June 25th?
I mean June. Did I say January? June 5th.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
okay. So if they're just saying it's coming to Nintendo Switch Online, that means I can play it on my Nintendo Switch.
Yes. I mean that's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
Okay.
But right now
So,
there's only 3 games.
Again, I don't need to get a Switch 2.
Right. I am 1000% in the same boat of like, I saw it. None of these games that they showed, I was like, gotta play it. Gotta play it. Need it. Want it. In the veins. I was like, yeah, it looks cool. I don't use my Nintendo Switch. It just sits in the dock. My Nintendo Switch dock is used to hold up Bobby Lalonde's rookie card. That's what it's
What
used
it
for.
should be.
That's what it's used for. That's what it leans against on my desk. So I'm in no rush to buy this, especially for $500. Mario Kart is like not a big, it's not a big game in my house. Like we would play it for a little bit, but Mackenzie's more into like Animal Crossing, and that's her jam. So until a new Animal Crossing comes out, and she's like, "Dad, I have to have it," I'm not in a rush. And a lot of the games they talked about, some of them look cool, but they're games like we've pretty much all played. You know what I mean? So I'm not in a lot of these games I can get on PC. Like there's no Nintendo exclusive right now that I'm like, yeah, I gotta get it. Like if they were like, oh, there's a new Legend of Zelda, I'd be like, okay, we'll think about that. But Mario Kart World, yeah, fun, looks great. I'm not a Mario Kart diehard, so I don't care.
When the first one came out, it was like such a big deal. I remember it came out like right before PAX, and I was waiting in lines. I was seeing people with it, and because they got it like right away, and I would ask them about it, and it was cool. I got to like see, some people let me play it. I was like, damn, like this is crazy. It's like a console, like here, like we're just playing it online. I feel like this doesn't differ enough from the first one to be able to have people like run out the door.
Well, also don't forget when the first Switch came out, their launch title was Breath of the Wild. Like,
And not only that, we already knew we were getting Mario Odyssey.
Right.
That's
So
right.
like they were already absolute bangers in the lineup. And even the new
No, both
Donkey
came out.
Kong.
Both came out.
No.
Odyssey came out a week later or something.
Odyssey, I think Odyssey came out in like a September.
Well, we knew we were getting it though,
but
right?
we knew we were getting it. Like we knew it was
Yeah.
a thing.
If there was a new Mario Odyssey game and I could only play it on Switch 2,
It came out in October.
I would buy the thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
absolutely.
even think twice.
No. But right now, like
It's Metroid Prime 4 and
if
Mario
you want
Kart.
first party games, it's Mario Kart. It's like the weird. It's not even a Kirby game. It's like the whatever. The Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, but that's not coming out until the winter. So like, yeah, they're putting all of their eggs into the Mario Kart World basket, and for me, that's not a draw.
No.
It's not a draw. Well, I know a ton of people it is a draw. And then they announced all these games during this thing.
Elden Ring.
I'm just gonna read a bunch off. Most of them we've probably played already. Elden Ring, none of us care about. Hades 2, I've already played. Street Fighter.
We're like
6.
the only video game podcast. We're like, nah, I don't care.
Dude, I hate Elden Ring.
Elden Ring
hate it.
blows. All those games.
I hate it. And it's so hypocritical for me coming from someone who plays Monster Hunter, which is basically like kind of the same thing. I do not like it. I don't have fun.
Okay, it's not a bad game. I don't want to play that game.
I don't have fun playing it. I
games.
played Bloodborne. I hated it, and I didn't understand what I was doing. In the game, there's like it just drops you in. It's like go have fun, have a great time. It's like I'm not having a good time. Hades 2, great game. Have it on PC. Street Fighter 6, Waba's Jam sandwich.
I wonder if they're gonna have a way to fight stick, because if not, you're gonna get rocked. Using Switch controls for Street Fighter.
Oh, horrible. Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, which they pulled it up, and I thought it was Armored Core 6 at first. And I even wrote in my notes, mech style game reminded me of Armored Core. So I was like, oh man, is this like Armored Core 6? This game looks kind of dope. And then it went super Japanese on me, and I was like, nah, I'll pass. Split Fiction, EA, FC, and Madden 26. Waba wrote in parentheses Pez's butt. Hogwarts Legacy is coming to the Switch on launch day.
Which did look good, by the way. If you play Hogwarts Legacy on a PS5 Pro, that thing looks mint. And it didn't look.
It's still
The loading. That's
a
the
great
game that
game.
scares me for loading screens. I think
100%.
that thing will have crazy loading screens on the Switch too.
100%. Mouse controls enabled for Switch 2, which I think is kind of neat in that game. Don't know what they're going to be for, but probably my guess is just, your usual mouse controls. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition. Then IDOS announced a 007 game, but didn't show anything.
Just
like
showed a
little
bullet going in
teaser
the
at
thing,
end. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD remaster, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut launching on the 5th. Deltarune launching on the 5th of June. Borderlands 4, Civ 7, 2K games, WWE 2K, and NBA 2K. NBA 2K is already on the original Switch. Enter the Gungeon 2. Side note, Enter the Gungeon 2 looks absolutely awful. So shout out to those guys. For those that don't know, Enter the Gungeon is a bullet hell 2D game, and they made it now a bullet hell 3D game. And while they were showing the trailer, I couldn't understand if the bullets were going above the person or they were rolling out of it because of that 3D perspective. And I immediately went, I will never play this game. It looks dreadful. Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions, developed by or produced by Devolver Digital, so I'll definitely check that out. Cyberpunk 2077 coming to the Switch, also going to have loading times longer than Brad Marchand's nose. Final Fantasy 7 Remark Integrate, horrible Japanese names, and then Hollow Knight Silksong they showed finally coming out.
Cyberpunk is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, oh, man, it's such a good game though.
Yes, but like the load times.
Oh,
Cyberpunk
dreadful on the Switch. It has to be dreadful on the Switch. I
No.
mean, the load
Yeah.
times on the Steam Deck are bad. Like the Steam Deck ones are bad. So my guess is it would be slightly better on the Switch too, but not great. As I mentioned, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment announced. That game looked pretty great. GameCube games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. The expansion pack launches June 5th. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, shout out. Soul Calibur 2 with Link included, and F-Zero GX, 4-player local and online co-op. And then they announced Donkey Kong Bonanza coming out on July 17th, which, funny enough, is only $70. So the pricing of games, I think, for Nintendo is your big games are gonna, well, this is without all these tariffs.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing math at 8:52 at night.
Tariffs runs with taxes.
I think your main games, because even if you go like on Target right now, it is $80 for the Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom, but it's only $70 for Breath of the Wild. So I think like your big name ones, your Marios and your Zeldas, are going to be 80, and your smaller first party ones, your Kirby's or whatever, will be 70. Don't love it. Don't love it at all. Don't understand why you would do that other than silly Nintendo greed, but I don't love it.
You can just wait for it to go on sale in 4 years
Yeah.
if you want to play it.
30, if you're lucky, 30% off in,
Yeah.
In 2030. We're going to celebrate 2030 with 30% off. It's
You know,
horrible.
just got to be patient.
So any of those games really grabbing you? Because they don't
No.
grab me in a fun way.
No, you can
Not
play
even
them
a little
today for
bit.
cheaper.
I would play, but like I said this before. Why would I play the new Tony Hawk not on the PlayStation 5?
Right.
You would break the controller on the Switch. Think about it. Think about all of the stuff you got to. Oh my god, I would be snapping that bad boy.
Yeah, the Switch 2 will clean up, I think.
100%.
But-
100%.
I don't think it needs to be an in-demand console as the Switch 1 because it's not as innovative as the Switch 1.
Yep.
And I think most of the folks that are gonna buy this is where the Switch is their main console, because all those other 90% of those games that we just talked about are available on other consoles already, or on PC or whatever. In the end, it was a good direct, but I don't think it was a direct for me. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like that's kind of where I feel with the Switch 2. Like it's right now.
It's a no for me,
It's
dog.
not for me.
Yeah.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no from Randy Jackson. Hit him with it, Randy. So guys, your thoughts overall of the direct of the Switch, where game
I think there's a
pricing, what do you
market.
think?
I think there's a market for it. I wasn't shocked on the price. The cost of everything has gone up. And that little bit of screen, and I think Nintendo knows that they can get you to buy it. They're pricing it in between just above the PlayStation Portal and below the Steam Deck. It's the sweet spot for them, so they can't be like, well, we're not too expensive, because the PlayStation Portal set the new bar on what a handheld that doesn't have games would cost, and the Switch is like, well, we can just charge that, right? We can go higher. I don't know, man. It's a no for I don't see anything that makes me need to buy it. The games look decent, but at the same time, they don't have any. I think it's really just people going to be buying this on FOMO more than what they actually really need.
Yeah,
I don't remember
100%.
the last Nintendo game that came out that I was like, I need to play this. Even Advance Wars, which
Super Mario Odyssey is that good. I'm sorry.
It is.
I've
that
never.
good.
Fair. I'm not saying it's not. I haven't gotten into any of them. The only one that like kind of spoke
You
to
haven't
me.
played Spider-Man 2. I don't even want to talk
Fair,
to you.
well, fair was Advance War, and then I saw the remaster, and then I saw the art style, and I was like, eh. And then I just downloaded the original version on Steam Deck. So
There you go.
when Animal Crossing comes out,
Ovechkin just scored.
he did. Good thing I put a bet on him in my 15-leg parlay.
Woo!
We're going to the moon.
Diamond hands that. Diamond hands.
That's
that.
right.
Ride
He
it
was
to
one
the
of my.
moon.
He was one of my bets. So
Ride it
see you
to the
later. I'm gonna
moon.
go. Kind of $1 wins $500. Let's go. Not financial advice.
Yeah, he just scored. He's 4 away. That's
Soon.
crazy,
That's
eh?
awesome. I love it.
Great for the game.
We're gonna see. Oh gosh, I don't know if the other ones hit. Well, let's see if Taylor
But
Hall- 2 shots on
Caps just lost possibly Logan Thompson for the rest of the year.
Ooh. Ooh, R.I.P. that
Arnar.
run. R.I.P. that cup run.
Sorry, Ovechkin is 3 goals away
from tying or passing.
for breaking the record.
From breaking. Russian machine must break you.
Well, that makes sense because he got a goal against he got 1 goal against the Bruins, and I wanted him to get 5 last night, so he break the record.
I'm
And he
shocked
just
he
got
did.
another. Dude, we've been way better.
That
That
good
team
old
blows.
suck ass team.
The Bruins played okay. That was the worst part. Like the first 2 goals on Sway, I was just like, first, especially Ovechkin's goal, I was like, I don't know how you stop that. Like there was like 3 passes, and he's just whatever. And then the shorthanded goal, yeah, I'm never gonna blame a shorthanded goal on a goalie.
Mm-mm.
When you get scored shorthanded, that's the guys in front of you.
Yeah.
That's all right. I don't want to win. Tank.
We don't want to win. It's tank season.
I'm
That's
with
right.
you, man.
That's right.
Call us
I am
Tenement Square, baby. It's tank season.
right now. I am very depressed about selling my Ovechkin Young Guns during the pandemic. At the time, $600 sounded a lot of money, but it's going to be worth like 2 G's. When he breaks that record,
Yep.
but it's
It
going to
will
go
be.
back down. It'll hit 2 G's and then it'll go back down.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
go back down to $1,200, and that's where it'll stay.
Yep. And that is
any fun?
everything
yeah.
about the Switch 2.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
we're
it.
done Switch 2. I want to ask you guys' opinion about the new Boston Bruins jersey. Well, I was got to watch a video. Pez, give me
It
your
is-
thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, what the Boston Bruins put out was everything that Court and I have wanted in a
They did not
jersey.
put it out. What the
Or
CBC of
What-
Canada
what
leaked.
CBC put it out. It's everything that we've wanted in a Bruins jersey. It is the
Except the shoulder patches,
yeah. That's okay. I'll-
which I think I'm
I'll-
going to be fine with.
I'll allow
I like the Bruins, the writing. It's like old fashioned Bruins writing inside a bear,
Yep.
which is not bad.
yeah, I don't mind it.
Hey, your dad wore that.
Yes,
correct. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, sorry.
he's just watching.
Thank you for participating.
They look
in the
so good, right?
conversation. They're great, dude. These are what we wanted. Like these are what we wanted.
I
for
like the
Bruins
collar,
jerseys. I
how
love
it's
'em.
black.
I do too.
I like how the collar's black.
I do too.
I didn't like the shoulders with that, but what color are the socks? We don't know yet, but what color do they need to be?
They need to be yellow. They need to be yellow. And if anyone has a problem with that, at Pizzelle56X on Twitter.
You're
That's-
not on Twitter.
DM
The
me.
account doesn't
shut up,
exist.
dude. I know. Just DM me. And we'll
But
talk.
yes, I agree. They need now.
Venmo me.
Yeah, yeah.
Your
Venmo me
complaint.
$5 because you're wrong.
Here, I'm gonna throw a new monkey wrench. The white jersey with black socks? Or do we have the reverse B? So you know how the B on the black jersey has the white inside?
Yes.
Do we do black inside on the spoke B for the white jersey? Or do we do gold?
Are we talking for the spokes?
The inside, the outline inside of the spokes. Like, okay, so like you have the B and the spokes,
Yeah.
but that inside of there is white on the black. But what is it on the white jersey?
It should be
Because if you remember back in the 80s, there were two different spokes.
right. Oh
colors.
man. I would say you do white inside circle with a black B and gold spokes. That is like, I think, what was that late 80s maybe?
Yeah, 88. Well, no, my dad's was that.
Hmm.
You can see it in the video.
That's what I want. But man, these are like the perfect to me, the perfect Bruins jerseys.
So what's the
goes-
third jersey?
It goes this set, and then to me the Pooh Bear jerseys, and then the Reebok iteration.
Do you think the third jersey is the Centennial jersey from last year?
I like that
Maybe
one.
like the
But
what,
the
black one.
Because the reason why I'm saying that is if you remember, they're playing a Stadium Series game, so I think that's when we truly get to see what this third jersey is.
Yeah.
But if you remember that one year where we all thought we were going to get a new Winter Classic jersey, and they ended up just wearing the reverse retro.
Yeah. So it's possible. I don't know. I mean, I would love to see some iteration.
I would love the
of
reverse retro to be the
Mm.
third jersey.
the gold one.
Yeah,
The
that jersey,
reverse
I
retro
wish.
one.
I wish I
that's
bought
a
that.
beautiful jersey. I got a China knockoff version, and I love it. It's great, man.
The only
A+.
bad thing about New Jerseys is there's nobody to put on the back because everybody on the team.
Excuse me? David Pastrnak is one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, and he has like
aside
a
from him.
15-year contract, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
but-
either get that or you can put money on this one, a McAvoy captain jersey.
Ooh.
You think he would get the big C before the pasta?
Yeah, only because of once again, not watching my videos.
I know that just came out today.
Shout out
You got to
at
give me at
Bruins
least
Dive.
five.
No,
five-
I had a
five business
video.
days.
I had Nikita Zadorov video with McAvoy on the thing. But so Zadorov was doing an interview, and he said, "Yeah, we need Charlie back. He's our leader."
Ooh.
Oh,
Tells me
Nikita
he's the
Zadorov,
captain.
what a horrible signing.
Yes,
Hashtag
I think
Tez was right.
McAvoy would be, as much as I think it should be Pasta, just because I think he's earned it. I think it will be McAvoy, because it's easier to keep him in the fold forever,
Hmm.
unless Marchand comes back. But I still don't see how he does. But
I don't. Even if he does, maybe you sign him to a year, right? And you go year to year.
no, they'll
until
have
he
to
wants
do they'll have to do that 3-year deal that they offered him.
Hmm.
They're not. I don't think they would change the offer
Oh, okay.
because Florida stinks right now. So,
Dude,
which is weird.
yeah, horrible. It's because Kachuk's not there. He's the hot that drives the pot.
So we'll see. But those jerseys are nice. I'm
Very
gonna say it
nice.
right now. Those jerseys are nice, and keep the tank going. And we are going to draft Michael Misa,
Let's go, Michael Misa, Saginaw Spirit. How are you now?
Canadian
so
boy.
excited.
Canadian boy.
He's 6'1", center, 185 pounds, 134 points in the OHL. Dude, let's go. I'm all in.
But did he
Ranked,
play for BU?
no, he's Canadian. Ranked.
I was laughing. I had someone like get all mad. They were like, "Oh, that new guy they signed today, Dance, Kushmitla, oh whatever. I can't say his name properly." Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he's a UMass guy." I was like, "Well, no, he's from Latvia."
Yeah, he's a UMass guy. Can barely speak the language.
Latvia UMass.
Yeah. Then he has increased his point total every single year. He's been with the Spirit and is ranked in the top 5 by multiple people. So if he drops to the Bruins at let's hope they get 6, 7. If he drops there, they better grab him because he seems legit.
No, we're gonna get some third round grinder.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, and you'd be on this podcast being like, guys, I got his young gun, I got his canvas, I got his jersey auto, I got his mom's auto, I got dad's auto, I got all his cards to the moon, and then he'll get traded for scraps, and you'll be like,
They'll get traded to Edmonton.
yeah.
Hey, I told you at the beginning. I warned you about Frederick.
Either that, or
I'm
it's going to be some lumbering oaf who pulls like a Raffy Devers and comes into camp super fat and overweight, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, he's the best, dude!" Raffy Devers couldn't throw a baseball bat into the freaking ocean right now. This dude blows, and it's all because he was such a crybaby about his position that he just didn't work out. He looks like a Hispanic version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and his bat speed looks like it is a herd of turtles trying to make it. This dude is statistically one of the worst batters in the Major League Baseball history right now. Horrible.
That's terrible.
Sucks.
The Blue Jays are playing well. It's a shame. But
it's bedtime.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's not a 5. Like,
all right, folks. If you had fun and if you like the shenanigans from before, if you want to hear about the shenanigans that happened before the audio, make sure to subscribe to us at youtube.com/2dads-and-a-console, where you can get that exclusive content. Also, make sure to check us out at 3dadsconsole.com, and also, I don't know, tip
you guys
your
are going
servers.
To PAX. You guys are
We're
going
to PAX.
Yeah, we're going to PAX.
We're going to PAX.
We'll have more info as we get closer to the date. We'll be
We
there
will.
May 8th and 9th. And Waba, I have an idea for our schedule that I'll tell you off.
And we're gonna do a live signing next to the second floor bathroom.
Yeah, we'll be doing a live signing out by the fucking dumpster. Oops.
Oh,
I said no beer monster needed, guys.
Oops, I'll beat that one out because that's a really bad word. I'll beat that one out.
I think that's the first F-bomb in the show history.
There's
It's
no
been, like,
way that Fez
5
didn't let
years,
it fly.
dude, and it just
Oh,
Wow.
but, just be glad you didn't hear him pre-show. Bye, everyone.
Bye.